So let's start with the traditional challenges to state autonomy. State autonomy can be challenged by external interventions, internal political conflicts, and regional organizations' involvement. In the external interventions, Iraq and Kuwait in 1990, Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait to control its oil fields. An international coalition led by the US intervened and restored Kuwait's sovereignty. The next is Russia and Ukraine in the post-Soviet era. Russia's intervention in Crimea led to its declaration of independence from Ukraine and reaffiliated with Russia. This caused ongoing conflict between Ukraine, which does not recognize Crimea's sovereignty, and Russia, which supports it. Next is the internal political conflicts. In Egypt post-Arab Spring, Egypt's new government was seen as fundamentalist, leading to a military coup to restore stability. Afghanistan, the Taliban's ongoing efforts to control the government have resulted to prolonged conflict. Syria, internal dissent against President Assad sparked a civil war leading to a widespread violence and instability. So, regional organizations' interventions, United Nations in Sudan. The UN intervened to address the civil war and humanitarian crisis impacting Sudan's autonomy. European Union and Greek debt crisis. The US intervention during Greece debt crisis required Greece to implement austerity measures affecting its domestic policies. So this is how state autonomy can be compromised by external and internal forces, as well as by interventions from regional organizations.
Regional challenges. Ang external intervention ay maaaring i-describe as invasion by other countries. Ang example ay nung naging ruler si Saddam Hussein sa Iraq noong 1990. Nagpasya siya na iti-take over niya ang oil field sa Kuwait at in-invade niya ang buong Kuwait. Dahil dito, na-force siya out of position ng isang international coalition na pinangungunahan ng United States. Sa panahon ngayon, pwede nating makita ang external intervention sa iba't ibang form, tulad na lang ng Russia's external intervention into the affairs of Ukraine. Isa pa, internal political challenges ay pwede rin mangyari. Ang isang example ay after ng Arab Spring in Egypt. May natayong constitution at may na-elect na government. Ang government na ito ay nireject ang notion of a plural society na nag-i-include ng religious diversity. At dahil dito, nag-form ang military ng coup na nag-depose sa government upang ma-restore ang stability. Meron ring regional organizations na sina-challenge ang state autonomy. Isa na dito ang pag-intervene ng US sa Sudan dahil sa civil war.
Our next topic is to have challenges from national and identity movements. So, sinasabi dito that it is important to know that a nation has cultural identity that people is attached to. So, for example, here in the Philippines, we have this culture where we see po and opo. We bless as a sign of respect to our elders, and we use kamay as a sign of being thankful for the food we're about to receive. And next naman is, ang different naman nito sa state is an identified entity due to the specific boundaries. So dito nga is, ang mga state is na-characterize sila ng government. So based on sa mga law nila and more. So, based on my research, meron tayong about 50 states. So, ayan. So, next naman is, sinasabi rin dito na, however, different identities can live in different states. So, dito na nga babasok yung problem or yung sinasabi natin conflict when it comes to challenges from the national identity movement. So, for example, yung Kurds resides in several different countries like Iran, Iraq, and Turkey. So, nakikita sila sa iba't ibang parts nito or sa mga parting ito. So, nagkakameron conflict rate, saan ba talaga sila dapat or saan ba talaga yung mga tulad nila, yung mga Kurds nga, dapat nag-i-stay. For example, as Filipinos, diba, sa Philippines lang tayo, diba, dapat, hindi ko sinasabing hindi pwedeng lumipat sa ibang bansa, pero doon tayo mainly matatagpuan. So, next naman is yung Catalans live primarily in Spain, but can also be find some of them in France. So, itong Catalans naman daw is sinasabing mainly sa Spain sila matatagpuan, pero matatagpuan din sila sa France. So, nandun pa rin yung conflict if saan ba talaga sila dapat, if sa France ba or sa Spain mainly matatagpuan. So, ayun lang yung naging challenges ng national identity movement.
Karagdagan sa mga national challenges, sa nalaman yung national identity movements, isa ito sa nakakaapekto sa pagkakaisa ng isang bansa. Katulad na lamang ng Kurdish o Catalan. May sarili silang kultura pero nakakalat sila sa estado at dahil doon nahihirapan yung mga bansang yon na i-promote yung national identity na pagkakasunduan nilang lahat. At isa pa, bukod doon ay maaaring humantong pa ito sa mas malala o mas matindi na kung saan ay pakiramdam ng mga grupo o kasamahan dun sa yon ay hindi na nila kinikilala yung kanilang identity or yung pagkakakilanlan sa kanila.